Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the front pages of the paper.
Yeah, I have the major headlines.
Fantastic.
So the federal government electricity tariff subsidy jumped from 610 billion in 2023 to 1.94 trillion in 2024, according to Punch reports. They said this represents a 219.67% increase in yearly subsidy funding, despite the Band A tariff hike of April 2024. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission and analysts observed that the subsidy figures rose following the floating of the Naira by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in June 2024, as well as the removal of the fuel subsidies, which led to a high inflation rate. So according to NEC, the federal government incurred a total electricity tariff subsidy of 1.94 trillion in 2024 to cover the shortfall between the cost-reflective tariffs and the actual tariffs that was approved for customers. So it was reported that the federal government paid only 371.34 million out of the 194 trillion subsidy obligation for 2024,
wow,
which means that it's just about 0.19% settlement that was made. And they said it's important to note that due to the absence of cost-reflective tariff across all DISCO distribution companies in 2024, government incurred the subsidy obligation. So what is happening is, in as much as they want to remove subsidy, many people are still not able to pay the cost-reflective tariff. NEC is still holding them down from actually charging the cost-reflective tariff, and then government steps in to sort of pay the subsidy so that people can have, be able to afford electricity. But that means government is now incurring debt on behalf of Nigerians, and which government is not even able to pay. I know these people have been, the DISCOs have been complaining they don't have good infrastructure, they are not able to do their business properly because of NEC interference. So we don't know how to advise now, because if they say, let's lift our hands and everybody pays cost-reflective tariff, can many Nigerians be able to afford electricity? So it's more like a dilemma.
Okay, so the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency has shut down Shell Plus and TMDK terminals. Both are located at the Ijebu-Egba area of Lagos for violating the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code. According to Thursday's release by the head of public relations at NEMASA, Mr. Sagi Edward, the move was part of the agency's role as a designated authority for implementing the ISPS code in Nigeria. It was said that this had been ongoing. They had given them enough time, to be able to right the wrong. But then if they had waited for 3 months before, after giving them formal warnings, before actually shutting them down. Speaking to on the development, the Director General of NEMASA, Dr. Dayo, had emphasized the agency's commitment to safeguarding Nigeria's maritime domain. He said, in wielding the big stick, we acted only as a last resort. Our primary goal is to enforce safety and security practices across Nigeria ports and jetties, because they were actually in breach of Section 79F of the ISPS Code Implementation Regulations 2014. So, and they gave them enough time and enough for a formal warning to right their wrong. But then,
I have a human interest story. So, the Ondo Police Command on Thursday said it has arrested 3 persons in connection with the alleged abduction and murder of 2 students of the Adekunle Adjacent University, Akungba Akoko. So these students, Andrew Oka of the Department of History and International Studies and John Abba of the Department of Economics, were declared missing by their colleagues, and their whereabouts were known for 3 weeks.
Wow.
The Commissioner of Police, the Akure Command, said that they have made some arrests, in connection to that. One is the landlord of one of the deceased, and he was arrested for allegedly knowing about the crime. So what they said is that Mr. Emmanuel Peter, who is the older brother of one of the victims, made a report through his lawyers to the police, and immediately the police got that. They started investigations, and what they found out was that based on their forensic tracking and investigation, they were able to trace an iPhone 14 Pro Max that belonged to one of the victims to what do you call this place? Ikeja, what is it? Computer Village. Yes, so they were able to trace it to Computer Village, and it was also discovered that the landlord was aware of this. They said that under interrogation, Ojo Michael confessed to participating in the robbery, abduction, and eventual murder of the victims.
Wow.
He further disclosed that the operation was masterminded by Oladele Femi, who is the landlord of one of the victims.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And yes, so they've been
So sad.
arrested.
You are a landlord, it's not enough.
So I have the story of
enough.
Dangote. They said Dangote halts fuel discount scheme amid fraud allegations. They said the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals has uncovered a fresh racket involving some of its affiliate marketers and strategic partners who have been diverting subsidized refined petroleum products for profit, prompting the suspension of the refinery's discounted fuel supply scheme.
Wow.
Ungani? They said the investigations, they said that the products are meant to ensure affordability and steady supply across retail outlets.
Premium price.
And they have been rerouting the loaded trucks to unregistered third-party marketers.
Wow.
What is wrong with
Nigeria?
And they sold at market rates far above the agreed subsidized prices, effectively undermining the core objectives of the scheme and distorting the downstream market.
So now what we should be enjoying, some few people in the agreed have taken it in.
Nigerians will always, some Nigerians will always
Moving on to Daily Sun, major headline, federal government talks tough over Turkey's complaints about Gulen. Then in other stories, we have ex-governor of Kogi, Bello, loses bid for overseas medical trip. Troops nab NURTW members for transporting arms to terrorist IPOB/ESN revenue agents. Then, 3-day Fidal prayer held for Buhari in Daura. And ADC tackles federal government on proposed refinery sale after $18 billion repairs.
Yeah. So I have the defense headquarters. They said that troops of Operation Hardin Kai have apprehended 2 members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, that's NURTW, for allegedly transporting arms to terrorists. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kange, was the one who disclosed this yesterday while providing updates on military operations across the country. And he said the troops arrested the transport union officials at Liabiu local government of Borno State. According to him, they said the troops also arrested 11 terrorist collaborators and rescued 7 kidnapped victims in the northeast. Wow. He said 16 family members of terrorists, including 4 adult females, 12 children, surrendered to troops in Barma local government of Borno on Monday. And according to him, he said preliminary investigations revealed that the group surrendered from Bakura Jega village. 2 members of NURTW were arrested in Liabiu local government while receiving way bill from the truck driver, which corresponded with the intelligence that they had received on the consignment. Said the items included 13 pairs of military uniforms and some high voltage batteries, among others. They also arrested a 65-year-old man, a terrorist logistics supplier at Damasak Motor Park in Yobe on Sunday, and they recovered quantities of arms and ammunition from him. They also retrieved and safely detonated some explosive devices, while the sum of 17,000 naira was also recovered. And he said, this is what they have been doing. They talked about the troops of Udoka, that's in the southeast, also apprehended a tax collector for IPOB in Anambra State as well. So the security officials are doing their work. We Nigerians need to be responsible for ourselves too.
All right.
Okay, so I'm really upset about this one. I'm sure every Nigerian has been talking about this. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has said the federal government cannot sell the country's petroleum refineries without audits after allegedly spending $18 billion on the reputation of the 3 major refineries. This is not fair.
They will audit them.
ADC, in a statement by its national publicity secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, demanded a full audit of the refineries, wondering if the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration has been deceiving Nigerians on the state of the refineries, because this had come after some months after they said that the Port Harcourt and Warri refineries they said they've already commenced partial operations.
We have
following alleged $2.8 billion recent expenditure on the refinery. This is not.
They are playing with us.
Let's have conscience. And then now they want to the NNPCL wants to. They don't want to fully privatize it. That's not right.
We don't mind it being sold, but we just
we need to know where the money enters.
Yes, and so they are calling for full audit of technical audit or every type of audit on this matter. We are here, financial audit, we are here. I'm an angry Nigerian.
Yes, we are calling for the audit.
I'm an oil and gas lawyer, so I know this thing. So please, where did that money go to?
And
All
we
right,
have to call
that's all
for
we can take on front page review for today. We have Vanguard. The only story we haven't taken in Vanguard is the Interpol probing importation of 3.3 billion naira damaged solar panel. Whether it was imported into...
Yes, this is a sad story, honestly. This is a man who imported solar panels on behalf of a lot of people in Alaba market. And he gave specifications and everything. When they got into the country, they received them damaged and older models. And he's been trying to talk to the Chinese counterparts to find out what happened. But the people in Alaba are saying it's a lie, you duped us. He said to the point that he had to even leave the premises altogether. So now he has engaged Interpol to help them sort out the issues. These Chinese people.
3.3
I'm
billion.
telling you.
Where did he meet them? What sort of connect?
Well, he has names and everything. So they need to just sort
justice to be done by Interpol.
They'll get them.
That's what we can take on front page review for today. We'll take a break. When we return, our hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.